day 8 of the Bride Chiller 30 Days of Wedding Planning. I'm Alicia, the host of the Bride Chiller podcast, and today we are talking all about wedding donors. These are the people that may be contributing financially to your wedding planning, and the question I get most often about this whole subject is bride chillers and groom chillers writing to me saying they've contributed money. Does that mean it's their wedding now? Does that mean everything they ask for has to be given to them because they've given us money? Which is something that I think is very controversial, and I'm not always the most popular person when I say this, but I truly believe that when you are planning a wedding, you are planning a significant day in your life, and you are making decisions to marry this other wonderful person that has decided that they like you and you like them very much, and you wish to have a party. And really, it should be about your needs and wants. Now, when I talk about wedding donors, I liken them to being like political donors, people that contribute money to political campaigns and then say, they say, we really support what you do, we believe in you. And then we have these people called lobbyists who come along on behalf of the donors and say, oh, by the way, they would really like all this other stuff to happen because they've given you money. Bye. So I have been talking a lot on the podcast and also in the Bride Chiller Survival Guide, my book, about how you can work with wedding donors, get on the same page and make sure that you are showing how grateful you are for their contribution, but also not handing the power over to them. I know a lot of parents think that by giving money, it instantly means they can invite 23 of their sort of close friends, but not necessarily so. I actually think that if you start wedding planning and you start communicating like we've been talking about over the past 8 days, if you start your communication off on an even keel with your parents or wedding donors, you can solve these problems quite quickly. I go really in deep in the wedding planning and the survival guide, talking about the conversations that you can have, and I give you some great talking points to actually kick off these discussions. But really it comes down to having a conversation with them and saying, thank you so much for contributing these funds. Is there anything specifically you would like us to use this money for? So by putting them on the spot, and you give them time, this is not some sort of time challenge, but by actually saying, is it the wedding dress, or perhaps you want to pay for the booze, or is it a cake, or is it just general spending? Then it puts them in the position of going, well, actually, our expectations were that we were going to pay for catering. So we would love to be able to come in and help you with catering. And by asking them and having that conversation, it can also really place boundaries into the situation about what you're willing to allow them into helping you out with and what you maybe need to keep the distance with. There are so many ways to deal with this. It doesn't mean it has to cause sort of family breakdowns. I love that parents are generously contributing, having a stroke, to your wedding, but it doesn't mean that it becomes some sort of blackmail. I also call it conditional generosity, when people say, I'm being so generous, but here are the conditions. There's lots more to say about this, but I just want you to come out of today feeling a little bit more empowered. And also, if someone has given you money or has offered to give you money, then make sure you have a discussion about what that money means and what's attached to that money. It doesn't have to be a hardcore discussion, but if you start it and you get it going, I promise you it will make things a lot more clearer. And they're probably thinking as well, going, I wonder what they're going to spend the money on. Do we have any say on it? What power do we have? And by getting that out, it solves a lot of problems. That is my tip for you today. This is day 8 of the Bride Chiller 30 Days of Wedding Planning thing, course, videos. I don't know what I'm calling these. I just want to sit here and talk to you all day. If you have not already checked out the Bride Chiller podcast, I encourage you to subscribe. It is free. I've produced over 300 episodes of the show, which is crazy, and there are still more to come. It is available on iTunes, Spotify, Android. I'm not going to name them all. You just Google it. You'll find it. Until tomorrow, I look forward to seeing you, and I hope to see you in the Facebook community as well. Happy days!